Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to Cincy Lifestyle. We thank you for joining us. Mona, may the force be with you on this big day for Star Wars fans out there. National Star Wars Day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Clyde. I appreciate that. You know, it's probably one of my least favorite days of the year because I am reminded that I've never seen a Star Wars movie. I don't know the characters. I get it confused with Star Trek. I've never seen Star Trek, and I don't know. Tell me about Star Wars and why you love it.
It's science fiction, and it's well done science fiction, and it's an engrossing story. Although in the later episodes it got to be somewhat rather repetitive. There was always a big planet to blow up. But yeah, it's a great story. And when it came out in 1977, there was just nothing like it that had been seen. I think your confusion around Star Trek makes a little bit of sense because Star Trek kind of primed the pump for Star Wars in its own way. So that's what makes this such a special national holiday. It ought to be a national holiday, Mona.
Oh, well, I guess it should. Clyde, thank you for that. Hey, you know what? One man thought it was a national holiday for chicken nuggets. Yes, he did. He went to Wendy's was trying to be nice, okay, and give away free 4 packs of nuggets. This man went to every Wendy's within a 17-mile radius to get his 4 free pack of nuggets, of chicken nuggets. And he is just, I don't know if that's greed or if that's determination, but he was able to eat nuggets for a week. What do you think about that, Clyde?
I think that's greed, and I also think that's probably a little unhealthy. I'm just guessing, but it's a little unhealthy. Saved him some money in his budget, I'm sure. For now, there may be a payoff that he has to make later. The other thing going on today.
I'm guessing so.
Yep. Agreed. The other thing going on today right quick is, we're all stuck inside and we miss our friends. And as it turns out, some of our friends miss us, particularly some of our four-legged friends. Now, here's a photo. The photo I was going to show you was a photo of some dogs and cats looking in the window of a house as if to say, hey, my human pal, you haven't been out in a while and we miss you. I think you can find photos like that on Pinterest, among other places.
Yeah. Oh, that is so sweet.
Yeah.
I bet that they really do miss their owners. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a big awe.
So what's going on today, Clyde? It is. So Clyde, we have a great show. What's going on today?
We do. We got a great show going on, and right off the bat, on that animal subject, is a conversation about the special edition of Cincinnati Magazine right now, which focuses on pets and dogs and animals and all of the wonderful benefits that come with them. Kind of the special connection between man and his best friend. And that was on the cover of the magazine this week. And right now, I want to invite to the screen John Fox, who is the editor-in-chief of Cincinnati Magazine. John, thank you so much for talking to us this morning.
Hi, how you doing, Clyde?
John, I'm doing fine. You're with us by Skype. We're going to work out the technology here in a moment, but the conversation is still going to be rich and full of information.
You know it. You know it always is.
John, let's talk a little bit about what the inspiration was behind this focus on pets in this edition of Cincinnati Magazine.
So we had planned on doing this anyway, but as the world changed in these last few months, it just seemed to us that with all of us spending more time at home, you just mentioned those pictures of the pets wanting to have more connection. And that's really what it's all about. I mean, we're disconnected from each other now, but in some ways, the pets that have always been our friends, our sort of unconditional friends, are even more valued right now because, we just need a little bit of a connection and our pets are there for us. And so that's why I think it makes a lot of sense to talk about this in May.
And John, as we're looking, we've got some pictures cycling through.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Okay. As we look at that, we see that there's some local celebrities highlighted in this issue with their pets, right?
Yeah, because obviously, like right there, we have a woman who trains guinea pigs, and she uses some of them as therapy guinea pigs, if you can imagine. She takes them to hospitals and schools, and people get to hold them, just like you would with a therapy dog. You get to pet them. We also have Molly Wellmann. There's PG Sittenfeld from City Council with his dog. We have Molly Wellmann with her cat. And then we have Dr. Samarco, who is the Hamilton County coroner. She has 3 birds that are her pets. And then Rose Lavelle, famous soccer player, is with her dog.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I mean, this is universal. Everybody seemingly loves pets. Let's talk about a guide for people who might be looking for a pet, because that's in there too.
Well, sure. And, from everything that I've heard, and I'm sure you've done stories on this too, that during the pandemic now, the number of people who have adopted or fostered pets has skyrocketed. So clearly people are looking again for those connections. So we have a guide to 11 places in the area, and that's not all of them, but we chose 11, and it's not just dogs and cats. It's also birds, it's reptiles, it's guinea pigs, it's rabbits, hamsters, I mean, fish. There's a lot of pets. A lot of things qualify as pets.
And you also talk about service dogs, which is a growing area of interest.
Again, we talk about pets serving a purpose, being our companion, but as you know, there are particularly dogs who perform for folks who are who have a disability, or older folks who need a little bit of help around the house. And it takes a certain kind of training to be able to get a dog to be able to do these functions. And we also have dogs on the police force. So we do a couple of stories in here about local places that will train pets and also offer them for free for people who can't afford to train their own service dog.
All right. Just a few seconds left, but briefly, I guess this was a big hit with your staff.
Oh, yeah. We loved it. We loved doing it. We're also doing a cutest pet contest. So not only can you read about it, but you can submit pictures of your pets. And we're gonna pick at the end of this month. We're gonna pick a cutest pet in Cincinnati.
All right. Right quick. How can people connect with Cincinnati Magazine?
So you can still buy the copy at a Kroger or a CVS or a Walgreens, that kind of thing. But you can also read the whole issue at our website, CincinnatiMagazine.com.
All right, John Fox, so much fun talking to you today. Thanks.
Thanks, Clyde. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Mona?
All right. Well, you know what? There's no doubt that a puppy will put a smile on my face or your face. But you know what else will? Yeah, flowers. Yes, they will. That makes me smile every time. And a fresh bouquet of flowers is what we need right about now, especially since Mother's Day is right around the corner. And Allie Martin is here to tell us where you can get them. Allie.
That's right, Mona. So I had the opportunity to take a trip to Loveland and visit the Marmalade Lily. It's a beautiful farm and event barn, but the twist is they grow flowers right on site, which also means they're picking and creating bouquets for Mother's Day. So of course, we had to go check it out.
Let's start off by first making the bouquet so we can talk and make it at the same time.
So greenery is so important these days, really, really important. It's on trend. And so with every arrangement that I make sure that I use at least 2 or 3 different types of greenery. It adds depth and interest to every bouquet. So what I have today are some silver dollar eucalyptus, and these happen to be huge.
So I feel like I see these all over Pinterest.
You do, but I also like a touch of this blue-green in all of the market bouquets because it just, like I said, adds dimension. And as I'm laying these out to make a market bouquet, I make sure that it's looking organic and yet organized. I know that's kind of a contrast in terms, but allowing the flowers to bend and be what they are, yet in an organized fashion that is pleasing to the eye. And then I always love something that adds some height or some visual height for the eye.
Yeah.
And then I love some itty bitty flowers, especially because they give us a feeling of wildflowers. They give us a feeling of home and comfort.
Now, when it comes to these flowers, this is the big part of this, is you're growing these, the majority of them on site, not all of them.
We try to grow as many as we can here. So we get 3 benefits. The aesthetic here is gorgeous. Financially, it works better for us. And lastly, the homegrown flowers are always more full, more fragrant, and they just have a more botanical look. Like if you were to walk into a garden, this is what you would see.
Yeah.
You see, versus when flowers are shipped in from out of country, they have to be harvested much earlier before they even open. And so you're not going to get the fragrance, and you're not going to get that.
Yeah, you can smell, because the wind is kind of blowing
can you
this way,
smell?
so you can smell a hint. And to keep in mind, you know, this property goes much further back, and normally there are flowers growing back there, correct?
Yeah. It's
So
still
right now
early.
you're not seeing them, but give it a month or so, and it'll be different.
My lily crew has been working very hard in the gardens.
Big important question: why do you love flowers so much?
I think they're cut because of the colors are so painterly. It just, I'm just a color person.
Yeah.
And then because I look at every bloom and I'm like, there's a creator who is so creative and blesses us with these gorgeous, gorgeous flowers.
Yeah. What's the one thing that you want people to know about what you do here?
I want people to know that this is a place, and I hear this over and over again from people who come here, this is a place where you come and find peace. It's a place where you find joy. And it's a place where we just love our clients. We love it. All of our clients are like family to us, and I do this not only to pay the bills, but also because I have a passion for people, and I have a passion for the outdoors and people enjoying it. So
you can feel that coming here. Oh, Laura,
thank you, Allie.
Yeah.
I loved having you.
Flowers.
Great story, Allie. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it really was a wonderful experience. And I think it's just so awesome that they grow the majority, as I said before, their flowers right there on site. And I think that's what makes their bouquets, especially for Mother's Day coming up, so wonderful, because they're very raw. It's very organic. Laura said so herself. You know, it's not those really tight, compact, prepackaged rose bouquets. So it really adds that texture and that character and that flair. And I really appreciated that. And I have to admit, one of my favorite flowers, which is very rare to find, is they had double tulips. When you look at it, you might kind of recognize it, but they are fluffier and bigger, and they have more petals, and that the coloring, they were the pink flowers in the video that you saw, and they were just stunning. So you can buy the Mother's Day bouquets, and you have to order by May 7th for $30. I believe she's going to have 2 different bouquets going. You would have to go either online to the marmaladelily.com, or you can give them a call, and then you would pick them up on May 9th.
All right. Allie, thanks so much. Well done story, and it really made us feel a little more calm. Thank you. Now, coming up here on Cincy Lifestyle, worried Mother's Day won't be special this year? Well, we've got some tips on how to spoil mom, even if you're sheltering in place. Chef and lifestyle expert Rebecca Lang will teach us how.
Well, with the coronavirus and sheltering in place right now, you know, we might have a hard time coming up with some ideas for Mother's Day. But help is on the way. We are so excited to welcome Chef. All right, I'm going to let you give your name, right, because my teleprompter is not working. Okay, we got it. Chef Rebecca Lang. Yes. All right, you are a food writer and author of 6 cookbooks. Thank you so much for talking to us today. All right, I'm going to ask you, do you have a favorite way to celebrate Mother's Day?
I do have a favorite way, and my husband is learning about this later on this afternoon. I relax, I take it easy on Mother's Day, and he is going to make me this recipe. This is a bacon Gouda crustless quiche from Wisconsin Cheese. And you know, you can't beat a Mother's Day filled with cheese. How wonderful is that? So when you're out shopping for cheese, to make sure you're buying cheese from Wisconsin, what you want to do is always look for the Proudly Wisconsin cheese badge. It's on packages nationwide. And you know, Wisconsin is the state of cheese, so you can never go wrong. I even have some of my favorites with me here. The Raleigh Red Rock is incredible. And you can send your mom a cheese package as well. If you go to wisconsincheese.com, send her a specialty collection of cheeses so everybody feels special on that day.
All right. Tell me, do you have a favorite meal?
I do have a favorite meal. I've never met a meal I didn't like. One thing, when I'm shopping for anything to cook with, or I'm shopping for my mom for Mother's Day, I love to make sure that I am choosing ingredients that are fair trade certified goods. I know that those are making a difference. So purchasing products with the Fair Trade America logo is a way to ensure that the people who grow our food are earning a living wage, they're able to support their families, and it protects the environment. But I'd love for you to head on over to Instagram on Fair Trade Mark US and enter to win these wonderful goodies up until Mother's Day. You'll see that, and you can hopefully win some of this fun stuff that I have with me.
Oh, that sounds like fun. All right. So, all right, we just have a couple seconds left. Tell me, what is the key to a great Mother's Day meal?
Well, there's actually two keys to it, and it's going to be starting out with a great cup of coffee from a Keurig coffee maker. It's a simple magic of shared coffee on Mother's Day morning. I love this K Mini, which is under $80, and I have a K Slim that's under $110. Makes perfect Mother's Day gifts. And then when you move on into the day and everybody's hungry and mom is out of the kitchen that day, we're going to let the Colonel cook for Mother's Day. So for over 70 years, KFC has been bringing families together, and this year is no different. So KFC has actually launched a virtual Mother's Day experience on Messenger from Facebook. So for families that can't be together, you can actually get together and have an experience on Messenger. And so what we're going to do, we have a limited time offer that we have free delivery over $20 from Grubhub or KFC.com. So you can send your mom a $20 fill-up or a $30 fill-up and have that wonderful experience, you know, separated this year, but still have Mother's Day be special.
All right, you're making me hungry. Where can people get more information, Chef Rebecca?
So head on over to tipsontv.com for everything I talked about today.
All right, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
You know, UC has a saying, and they do everything they can to live up to it every day. And science lives hope. That's their belief. Men and women at UC Health working very hard on the front lines against coronavirus. Their researchers and medical teams are working as well to understand the virus, treat it, and bring the community hope. Let's take a look.
The one thing that we want people to know is that there is hope. Through our science and through our discovery and through their participation and the partnership between our community and our academic health center, that we are going to find some answers and we're going to bring hope to the community.
I can't say how gratifying it's been to see the sheer level of talent that we have at our academic health system, and to see people all pulling in the same direction. People who are not experts in infectious disease like Dr. Fichtenbaum is, but are really smart at the work that they do, whether it's basic science work or being a scientist, a clinician scientist in other disease areas, but have expertise that they can bring to the table and all working together. This is the value of an academic health system to our city. At the College of Medicine, we have so many talented researchers that have really turned their entire attention to the COVID pandemic crisis and are, I think, going to be a big part of the national and international solution to finding new treatments, ways to prevent this virus, and understanding the basic biology of it.
There are numerous programs that are going on, and the University of Cincinnati and UC Health is partnering with many of these national and international studies to bring them here to our community.
We are gathering biospecimens. We were consenting patients to draw some additional tubes of blood, and the blood from our patients might be used for as many as 50 or 60 different research groups, studying everything from the basic science and biology of the virus through to the human response to the infection, and really trying to understand every aspect of this so we can develop new treatments for the future.
The average person can get involved. So, for example, we have a study that's ongoing right now for convalescent plasma. And so if you've had COVID-19 disease and you've recovered, you can contact Hawksworth and give a donation of your plasma to try and help.
I would be shocked if Cincinnati does not, and University of Cincinnati and UC Health do not have a impact ultimately on what turns out to be the best answers for the COVID virus.
Oh, that's good to hear. Now, anyone interested in participating in a clinical trial or for the latest information on COVID-19 can go to uchealth.com, click on the COVID-19 section. Stick around with us. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow. And may the 4th be with you. Make it a great day.
Thanks for watching our video. If you liked what you saw, hit that subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, make it a great day.